Libra, welcome to May 2017. This is a dynamic month, and Mercury moves direct on May 3rd at 24 degrees Aries. This is good news. Venus, your ruling planet, is direct. She's in Aries as well. Mercury is now direct. Mars, he's direct. So there is, forward-moving energy here that is very beneficial. Now, the Scorpio full moon on May 10th is flushing out the urgency of people's primal basic needs. The need for food, shelter, money, sex, survival, and emotional needs, financial needs are now being brought to light. For you, there is this big focus going on in the area of relationships. Asteroid Pallas Athena, she is the goddess of wisdom and truth. She is in Aries. Venus, your ruling planet, is in Aries. Uranus, the disruptor, the awakener, the innovator, is in Aries. They're opposing Jupiter in Libra. Fairness, justice, relationships, and they're being T-squared by Pluto in Capricorn, the Lord of Hell. And he is raining hell on many situations outplaying on the planet right now. What's going on in Syria? What's going on, in countries where human rights are continuously being violated. And so this is a very negative energy that's outplaying. Now, for you personally, other people can be getting in your space. And remember, you don't want to say yes when you mean no. This is really important because you can find that other people are giving you their opinions or telling you what to do when you didn't even ask, when you haven't even asked for them to comment on what you're doing. Other people can be really pushy with this energy. And so there isn't anything wrong with you just setting boundaries and, what's that saying? Run away so that you can live to love another day, right? One of the things I'm noticing with certain individuals is that if they don't get a need met, right, their candidate didn't get in, and so they're really nasty. There's no reasoning with that. When people are in the old energy, fear, a sense of threat, survival, negativity, there's no reasoning with that behavior. And so why even go there? Why not just stay in your vortex, your positive energy? I call it my bubble. Stay in your positive bubble energy, and then that way you're doing what's right for you because you have Jupiter in your sign, which gives you the edge and is benevolent and is a positive energy. The challenge is that he's squaring Pluto, being challenged by Pluto and opposing Uranus, which is this T-square, and so he's making Pluto even uglier. And he's making Uranus even more disruptive because Jupiter expands whatever he touches. And these issues need to be brought to light, where we need to be considering the human rights, the rights of relationships, the rights, women's rights. Now this is bringing up the women's rights. We're going to see this really strong in April and May. Now this started at your full moon, because the Libra full moon was right here with Jupiter, and the sun was in Aries with Uranus. Now the sun has moved off, the moon has moved off, and Venus and asteroid Pallas Athena are now there filling that space. And so the issues are continuing. And as astrologers, we can go out years into the future, and we're seeing this continue, like this continuous battle between the light and the dark play out on the planet. And so you are a major player because you're the Libra, and Jupiter is in your sign, and Venus is your ruling planet, and she is, being hit by this energy, this very disruptive, dark. Pluto rules death and hell, and this energy can play out, like as we're seeing here in Syria, as death and hell outplayed on innocent men, women, and children, which is the horror of death and hell. And so you want to stay in the light. The best way to help them is to send them love and light, is to send money, send aid, but stay positive, stay in the light. You cannot feel bad enough to help anybody. So getting depressed isn't going to help you. You want to navigate these energies. This is the same energy that's been on the planet since the Roman days when we fed people to the lions for entertainment. It's not a new energy. What's happening is the light is flushing it out. So we're all seeing it, and we're like, oh my goodness, this is not good. And so it's not a new energy. It's an old energy being revisited. So at the Scorpio full moon, and the moon itself is in positive energy flow with its ruler, Pluto. Pluto is sextile the moon, trine the sun, harmonious energy flow. Neptune is sextile Pluto and trine the moon. So for you, this can be a financially beneficial time. That's another reason why you want to stay in the light, and that you want to set boundaries with those who are telling you what to do when they probably don't even know what they're talking about. And so follow your own inner guidance. Follow those that have been wise with you in the past, right? Is listen to your soul self, because the energy that's on the planet now, this fifth dimension energy that we're all in, is very empowering in using your own intuition, intelligence, instincts. And so the body is the messenger. It will tell you if something resonates or something is not true for you. It may be true for others, but Libra, what is true for you? You want to focus on what's true for you and do what's right for you, so that you're staying in this positive energy, and you're using this positive energy to bring you more of what you want. Now, the North Node entered Leo on May 10th, and this is good news for you because Leo sextiles Libra. Leo is a fire sign. The fire feeds the air, and the air feeds the fire. And it brings the action to your hopes and wishes, your goals in life. And so this is a time for you to be focused on that. Be focused on what you wish for, what you're hoping for, what you're dreaming about, where you want to be, your goals. And it'll be in this area until November 6, 2018. So you have the next 18 months to focus on your goals, focus on what you want to accomplish, focus on what you see is important to you. Also, this energy is reminding all of us that it's time to take a leadership role. Ordinary women are being called to leadership roles. And so you want to listen to your soul, because your soul knows what you've contracted for. And so if you feel a calling for something, or you feel that something is important that you need to be doing now, you want to be listening to that, right? You want to be listening to what your soul is saying. You want to be listening to your soul directing you. And we want to bring the feminine energy to the planet. We want to bring the feminine principle, because it's so out of balance, and it's been out of balance for thousands of years, that we all want to be balanced, and we want the planet to be balanced. And so, and you do it in your own way, right? And so it's not about, doing something that's not right for you or that doesn't feel right. It is about absolutely following what feels right and what is right for you. And so really important that you are not saying yes, just to keep the peace, or to allow, things to, be status quo, it won't work for you. And that's how you know you're in the new energy, because the old ways of doing things are not working. It's time to do things in a new way. It's time to be open to the new way of doing things. And there's a lot of good energy in here for you. So you may find that you are really looking at resources this month, because at the Scorpio full moon, and then Mercury enters Taurus on May 16th. And Taurus is about your partner's resources, other people's money being given to you, and any financing that you have, car loan, house loan, student loan. So you're looking at that as well. And you want to be in the light so that you're focused on what matters to you. You're focused on what is important and not being distracted by the drama of others or the negativity of others or the negativity playing out in the world. Really important that you're staying future focused, focused on where you're going, and keeping your energy up, positive, strong. And that is a challenge. You've got Pluto in that area of foundation. So you have been rebuilding yourself for years now. You've been working on rebuilding your body, your reserves, your emotional reserves, your physical reserves, your financial reserves, where you live, right? And so that energy continues to continuously transform you in this area, and it's making that powerful T-square with Jupiter and Aries, the Venus, and Pallas Athena, which moves up at the Gemini full moon. They're at 19 degrees, and Pluto's at 19 degrees, being opposed by Jupiter. And so you're going to notice, is there any power struggles going on with you and other people or someone else? And what can you do to take care of you? I love the saying, run away and so you can live to love another day. Because it's not worth fighting. Because when people are in that negative energy, they're not listening anyway. So what's the point? Stay focused on you. Stay focused on what you're doing. Stay focused on what matters to you, what makes you happy. That's where you want to be. That's the best thing you could do for the planet, is to be happy. And just do your thing, and then just put it out there, right? And what others do with it, that's their, that's what's going on with them. That has nothing to do with you. What has to do with you is how you're taking care of you, how you're getting your needs met, and not using this urgency, I've got a need, or I'm afraid, I'm in fear, I have a sense of threat, so therefore I'm going to attack everyone. Is just the old energy playing out. Now, Saturn is trining Uranus May 19th through the 25th. And this is good news. This energy has been around since last December and will continue through this year. It's exact the 19th through the 25th. And it's going to help to off-balance the Venus T-square with Jupiter and Pluto, which is on the 19th through the 25th, and at the Gemini new moon on the 25th. So with Saturn in harmony with Uranus, this is positive and remarkable things can be happening. And it is about marrying the past with the future, the old with the new. And when you do that, you can have great accomplishments, right? Whenever, people are acting out destructively, that's not progressive energy. It's not the way to change things. We don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. We want to make changes within the systems that we have. We want to make changes by opening people's hearts and teasing their minds open, not by forcing them into something. And, so it's really interesting the way things are playing out right now. And you are a major player in it, so you have to be taking really good care of you and doing what's right for you. And so, you know, doing things in a new way and using the Saturn-Uranus energy, which can lead to productive and favorable results in the long term. Saturn brings lasting success today, tomorrow, and the rest of your life. And when you combine it in harmony with Uranus, the innovator, the creative genius, out-of-the-box kind of energy, it brings favorable results. And so, you know, this is a good energy for you to really be looking at who you're letting in your life, who you've been following, who you're listening to, and, you know, set boundaries with those that are not honoring you or your needs or what's right for you, and that, you know, have this bully energy that's just trying to push on to you, you know, what they, whatever agenda they have. Pluto rules, you know, manipulation, hidden agendas, power plays, power struggles, jealousy, and, you know, so, you know, it's some people are playing that out to the nth degree. And so you want to be out of that way, focused on your projects, focused on what you're doing, and let go of what no longer is working for you. This is a really big theme this year. And now that we're in the new energy, you want to be focused on doing things in a new way so that if financial issues come up for you or financial issues with partners, you want to be listening and not judgmental and not being stubborn, because this is creating this emotional upheaval, this T-square, and people are acting out in negative ways, right? With the fear, the perceived threat, or a need is not being met. However, there is good energy in here that is working for you. The Gemini new moon is your sister sign, so it trines your planets in Libra. And there's no challenging aspects to the moons this month. It's not the moons themselves. It's this other drama that's going on with Pluto and Uranus and Jupiter and Venus and asteroid Pallas Athena. And so with the new moon in Gemini, right, the first thing I got is, you know, Libra, take some day trips, plan some travel for you. Put some travel and adventure in your schedule, because that will feed your soul. That will feed you. Even, you know, if you physically can't get away, you know, watching programs that take you to a foreign land and take you out of the day-to-day that you find exhilarating and fun. Read a book that is exhilarating and fun about adventure, or, you know, foreign places, foreign lands that feed your soul. So it's time to feed your soul by getting out of the box, getting out of the routine, and short distance travel, long distance travel feed your soul, a staycation, a vacation. Schedule time for you to get away from the routine or just life itself, so that you are remembering how wonderful life really is and beautiful life can be by staying in your positive energy, by staying in, and it's really important to have in your schedule something to look forward to. I noticed that for myself. It's like, it's really important to have, you know, things in my week, things in my month that I'm really looking forward to, that is fun to do. And so do that for yourself this month. And you know, as that moon moves off and that sun moves forward, it trines Jupiter. And so you can find that, you know, your way out is through your higher consciousness, your philosophy, your wisdom, your truth, what you believe, what is right for you. And it just expands you out into the universe. And so do things that bring you into a better feeling place if you find that, you know, that the negativity of what's going on with Jupiter and Pluto and the Aries energy is a bit too much and you need an escape. You need an escape route. And that can be reading, it can be movies, it can be travel, it can be being outdoors in nature, you know, getting away from the electronics and getting out into nature and feeding your soul, feeding your body with positive energy that opens your consciousness, opens your heart, and reminds you how great life is when we set boundaries with the negativity of this world. And that's really important. As you are in higher energy, you may find that doing things in the old way isn't working for you anymore. And that's okay, because the message is it's time to do things in a new way and take a fresh approach to your work. Try something new. And when you do that, you're bringing into your life positive energy, a fresh energy. And that's really what Uranus is trying to do here, is not be so much disruptive, although it can be, if we're rigid and we don't want to change. It's trying to reinvigorate your life so that you do feel excited about your life. You do feel excited about your future. You do feel excited about new beginnings and new approaches, new ideas to what you do. And even if what you do, you've been doing a really long time, you can still do it in a new way. You can still, you know, try new things. And, you know, sometimes things work and sometimes they don't, but you don't know unless you try. And so be aware that others may get a bit pushy with you this month. And your job is to take good care of you and not allow other people's opinions to be stronger than your own. What matters is your opinion, what works for you. That's where you want to be focused, so that you're taking advantage of Jupiter in Libra, which is, you know, opportunity, personal growth, personal development, really coming to know yourself on new levels of awareness, which is really exciting. And so, for those of you open for love, you know, this is a kind of a crazy month. And, you know, love can happen anywhere, anytime. You could be meeting someone who lives at a distance from you. You know, you do have Mars in that area of foreigners and long-distance travel, as well as the start of the new moon. So maybe that's it too. Maybe you're going to travel and meet someone this month. And it's very exciting. And it can be incredibly stimulating to have a new person who's fun and energetic in your life, passion. And so be open to new opportunities that can bring new love into your life. For those of you coupled, you know, you're going to have to watch for this energy, because it could, you know, create confrontation with others. Now, confrontation can be good sometimes. It's good to speak the mind and what's on your heart. Other times it can be destructive. So read the energies. And, you know, if we're going down, you know, into an area that's just fighting and negative and nasty, that doesn't serve anyone. And, you know, when people are in that space, there's no reasoning with them. So read the energy. If you're finding that there's a challenge going on in partnership and it's bumpy right now, let things rest. Don't always have to hammer it out, especially with this energy right now. It's better to wait for Venus to move off and move into Taurus than you know, get into it this month. Let it go. Let it go, right? Run away. And, just really take good care of you. And that's what matters. You're not responsible over there with other people. You're really not. You're responsible for you. You can't play both parts in the relationship. And if you're trying to do that, that's too much work. It's too exhausting, and it's not going to serve you, and therefore it won't serve others. And so be aware of that. What is my needs and my responsibility, which is to show up, be my best self, live my best life, communicate with love and compassion. That's my job. And how others show up with this energy will reveal itself. And so your job is to stay in the light and live your best life. That's what helps everyone. And that's the name of the game. Financially, there could be a renewal here for you. Money looks good because that Scorpio full moon is in positive energy flow with powerful Pluto. So you could see money coming through real estate. You could see money coming to you through a home-based business. You could see money coming to you through other people, insurance payout, tax payout, inheritance payout, royalty payout, your partner making more money. Money looks good for you in May. So that's another reason why you want to stay focused on what's working, what's prosperous, what's good opportunity for you. Spiritually, it's going to be a month where you're growing spiritually, where you're growing in awareness spiritually, and that your spiritual life is very important to you because it feeds your soul, and it's awesome. Focus on your spiritual life, and you'll be very happy. And that can be like going on an adventure and going to a new place and trying new food and new things that feed your soul. Health is improving too. So that's another reason why you really want to stay out of the fray and keep the focus on you. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing, and Google Plussing my videos. Libra, you're rocking awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your astrology, it's very easy. The link is below in the Show More section. It's also up in the cards. So until next time, Libra, going on an adventure. Travel will feed your soul.